Welcome back everybody to another video. Today we're with this Kia Rio right here. And we are doing transmission service. The title said it. That's why you're here. So let's go through step by step, save you guys some money. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. First thing we're gonna need to do is pop the hood and jack up the car. Here's a transmission dipstick that we're gonna use to check the oil level, as well as we're gonna fill it here. The transmission filter kit is a Duralast TF183. It comes with a gasket in here and the filter. Kia's using two different transmissions. They use the same filter but different gasket. This kit comes with the two gaskets. One will fit and one is garbage. This transmission has a drain plug and it's a 17mm plug. For the transmission pan, you're going to want to grab a 1/4-inch ratchet extensions, a wobbly, and a 10mm. You can do these all straight, but these ones off to the side, you have to like go around this frame rail here. And you can't really get it with straight. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that you need a wobbly, and then all of these can be straight. Grab your drain pan, put it underneath your transmission pan, and remove all of the bolts except for one. I'm gonna leave this top one here in, so when I take it loose, it doesn't fall to the ground and dump oil on me. It will just tilt down. The oil will drain to the back. I can get whatever the majority out, and then I can remove that bolt. No extra fluid came out. The drain plug pretty much got it all to come out. So I'm gonna remove that last bolt, pull the pan off, put it upside down in here to drain. Then I'm gonna let any of the extra fluid that's still dripping to just drip out. We have 4 10mm bolts, trying not to get dripped on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're shiny. They go through the filter. That's what holds the filter to the valve body. So I'm going to remove all 4 of those. There we go. It's all took apart. Got the filter there. I am going to wipe this down with a lint-free rag, just to get most of it out. I'm gonna let it sit overnight just because I can, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'm gonna wake up and put all this back together. Use a razor first to get the big pieces of RTV off, and then I used green Scotch-Brite to get the rest off, clean it as good as possible. I still have like kinda a little tiny piece there, but as long as it's pretty much clean. This is a problem. You see this oil? That oil will cause your next set of RTV to not stick. So that's why you need to wait as much as possible to let it all drip, because if you're trying to hurry up and put it on and this thing's dripping or whatever, and then it gets in there, and then it's always going to leak. It sucks. See all this gunk in the threads? We're going to use a wire wheel. We're going to grab this with a pair of vice grips on the head, and we're going to wire wheel it and make it look all shiny and pretty. You want nice and shiny heads and nice and shiny threads with nothing in them. It's time to take this transmission pan outside with some brake cleaner and a wire wheel on a drill and clean it all up. Get all the gunk off, get all the RTV off, all that stuff. This has been sitting overnight. Now I'm going to spray some brake cleaner on a rag, clean the mating surfaces, and get this thing put back together. Clean the inside and the outside of the pan as good as possible. Make sure you clean the magnets off, and then I used a wire wheel on the mating surface here. Grab the 4 shiny screws, the filter, make sure this gasket is on the filter. It should not be missing because you have to have that to seal. Hand start all 4 screws It should be from the, I'm at the front bumper, so it should look like this. And just run it down all the way by hand. And then just give it a little oomph with your torque. It's just one hand. These are small bolts. They do not require a bunch of torque. I've never had one of these leak, and I hate doing warranty work. I don't want to do stuff for free and lose money, right? So I use Permatex Right Stuff. It says in big orange letters, Right Stuff. And then you can use the gray or the black Right Stuff. Just make sure it says Right Stuff. You can't see it now because I have it all folded up. So you just put a super thin layer, right? This is not like bulging because we still have a gasket. Then we set the gasket on here. The RTV also helps keep the gasket in place so you can get the bolts in. So you're just going to go around pressing it down. Press it down like so. And now I'm going to grab the Right Stuff again. I'm going to put a super thin layer on the top as well. So you just put it on and you wipe it until it's just a thin layer to fill in any hairline cracks. There we go. It's all set. We're going to grab a rag and brake cleaner. See how there's oil on the flange? We're going to wipe the flange all the way around. And then we're going to install the pan. Push it up there. You just grab an extension in a socket like this. And you're going to hand screw in all of them. Get them started. It might take some extra turns to screw it through the rubber first, but that's not a big deal. Don't torque it down right now, just get every single bolt put in. Now that all the bolts are installed, you're going to go around with your little baby ratchet and you're going to give it almost zero torque. You just want to hear the RTV squish. But the problem with these black gaskets is, for some reason, they always seem to like to bulge out in between the bolts, which is another reason I like to use this, because then that way it holds the gasket, and then once it's dry, you can torque it down later. So, see, it comes out when you do that. So, you just give it a little torque, and what I'm going to do is let this dry. It takes about 2 hours. Let this dry, then come back and torque it. Here's a transmission fluid I'm using, Valvoline, and it's the one that's labeled for all the decks, the Mercs, everything. It's the premium synthetic. I started off with 3 1/4, almost 3.5 quarts, using this long funnel into the dipstick here. I put 3.5 quarts. Now we're going to start it, run through the gears, put it in neutral with the emergency brake on, and then we're going to continue to fill it. Once it looks like it's full, there's a full hot, full cold, I believe. Yes, hot and cold. Once it's full cold, then we're going to go drive it. We're going to go drive it, get it hot, and then we're going to check it again. And we want it in between the 2 dots on the dipstick, these upper 2 dots that say hot, when it's hot. So you might have to go drive it, 5-10 miles, and then come back, okay? So it took 3.5 quarts to fill at hot, and that was with me letting it drain overnight, so it did drip more than if you were just doing a quick, drain, clean, and put it back. So it might be 3.25, might be 3 if you did a quick unbolt, change a filter, bolt it back up, clean it, put the pan back on real fast. So between 3 and 3.5. Like I said, make sure to drive it to the store and back, go in circles a little bit, drive it with the overdrive off. That way it gets hotter faster because it's pushing higher RPM, higher pump speeds, higher everything. Hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully I saved you money. Hopefully you can do it yourself. And hopefully I didn't sound retarded in this video. If you like the video, hit like, share, subscribe. Help me out with this algorithm. Put a comment down below that just says blah, 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 and hit enter. Doesn't have to say anything. You can just put W. You can put F. Whatever. If you think I'm a failure, put a F. F in chat. Okay? Anyways, till next time, wrench on.